Let's bring in DW correspondent Bastian Harte. He joins us from Bangkok. Bastian, you've been talking to the people coming to the polls, many of them first-time voters. What kind of change are they hoping for?
Well, I think first of all, Nicole, a lot of people here are just tired of not being able to vote. So they're excited about the fact, or many are excited about the fact that they get to go to the polls at all. If you think about the fact that there haven't been elections in this country that counted for 8 years, and then for the past 5 years, the country's been under a military dictatorship that promised elections but postponed them time and time again. So a lot of people do want change. If you ask them, they're going to say that they want the economy to get better, and also, especially the young people, because you mentioned the first-time voters, they want a reform of the education system, which is dismal in this country. But then again, having said that, a lot of people are excited that now they get the chance to cast their ballot and to have a say in this country, in these elections. And we spoke to a few of those voters this morning. Have a listen.
I'm very happy that we have elections today. We have waited for this day for a long time.
I'm not expecting much in terms of the election's result. I just hope that the whole process will be honest and transparent.
As long as we were under a dictatorship, we had to accept. But now it's time that I use my right to vote. I'm so proud.
Bastian, the military changed the constitution in order to enshrine their power no matter the outcome of this election. What chances does that leave for a democratic process?
Well, the process, Nicole, isn't democratic at all. Let me explain this to you. Let me lay this out. What people are voting for today is the lower house of parliament. That has 500 seats. What they don't get to vote for is the Senate. That has another 250 seats, and those are entirely appointed by the military. But those two houses together will choose the next prime minister with a simple majority vote. That means that the military only needs 126 votes out of 500 in the lower house of parliament to elect the next prime minister. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is that opposition parties, especially opposition parties, have been under pressure in the run-up to this election. One of those parties, which is affiliated with the pro-Thaksin camp, was dissolved just a few weeks ago, which was a major setback for that camp that won every election since 2001, and which still has a strong, or enjoys strong support in this country. Now, the electoral system is another thing. That's designed to put those parties at a disadvantage. And if all that fails from the point of view of the military and the opposition camp gets to elect the next prime minister, then there's still this 20-year reform agenda that the military government put in place, and that the next government, or the governments for the next 20 years, have to stick to. And there's an independent commission which is also appointed by the military, which is going to keep a close eye on that. Nicole?
Thailand has been waiting for this vote a long time, as you said before. It's been postponed again and again. How fair and free of an election can the country actually hope for?
Well, Nicole, these elections might be free, but they're definitely not fair. Just keep in mind the framework that I just laid out. That's one thing. And then another thing. The political parties that are running for seats in this election, they haven't been allowed to campaign until mid-December of last year, while the military government has been non-stop touring the country, handing out money, advertising their political platform. And on top of that, Thailand's military dictator has a TV show every Friday that has to be aired on every TV channel in the country. It's mandatory. So you can see that the playing field is not level in these elections at all, Nicole.
Thank you, Bastian Harte in Bangkok.